made you decide to combine bird watching, all the sounds from nature, and marry it together with beatbox? How did this come about?
It's a fair question because it's not a typical combination, right? But I've loved birds since I was 3 years old. My mom bought me a book on penguins, and I couldn't read it, but I became hooked. And I went to the aquarium and to parks, and they really encouraged me to explore what that passion meant to me. I also have been a beatboxer since I was about 8 or 9. I remember watching...
Wow.
Yeah, I remember watching cartoons on Nickelodeon in the 90s and just imitating the theme songs to myself. And there was no one else in my family who did this. So these passions really chose me. And after living abroad and then moving to New York City, for the first time, I couldn't hear birdsong outside my window.
Yeah.
And
your taxi cabs and people yelling.
Exactly,
yeah,
and sirens and all
these
anthropogenic sounds. So I needed a way to reconnect with who I was.
Yeah.
And music became the vehicle for listening to bird sounds and eventually sharing them with other people, particularly my musical friends in Brooklyn.
And it's a great way to teach kids about birds.
It really is.
Right.
In addition to just the music being its own universal language, it gives people an example of something that they can use to connect with nature for themselves.
Tell us about the song that you're going to play.
I'm going to play you a bit of a song from Borneo. It features the voices of Bornean gibbon, orangutan, empress cicada, and a few different bird species from the area.
Wow.
So so you're not just birds, there's orangutans.
Yeah, well, birds...
And cicadas?
And cicadas, yeah.
You haven't been here when the cicadas come
Oh,
out,
I have been here when the cicadas come out. I thought we were being invaded by aliens.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
They're crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. They're loud,
As long as they don't land on you.
Incredibly loud.
All right, let's hear it. Go for it.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
You guys ready? All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Mirin.
Welcome to the jungles of Borneo. To make yourself heard in a rainforest like Borneo, sometimes you have to shout like an orangutan. Check this out. Sometimes you sing like a gibbon. Or sometimes you can chirp like a bird. All together. Come on, Empress Cicada. Now move, move. It's got to be fun, right?
It is so fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry for my awful dance moves. I'm back here like,
Exactly.
Yeah. Your neighbors must love you.
Oh, so much.
Like, what is happening in Ben's house?
How do you record those animals?
It's a different process for every species.
Like
and that's,
safely,
yeah.
obviously.
Oh, absolutely. Safety has to come first.
Is there a species that you're dying to get that you have not gotten yet? Like a unicorn?
Well, the unicorn of my life right now.
What is the unicorn?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I have a particular focus on endangered species because part of the result of being an acoustic biologist is that I end up with all these sounds of voices that are at risk of going extinct. It's a very rewarding process to know that I'm archiving things, I'm studying them, and I'm trying to use the sounds I capture to create both outreach material and also conservation efforts to bring the species back.
Nice.
This is wonderful.
I love the music. I wish Kellie and I could help you create a song.
You absolutely can.
Really?
Are you sure?
I think the easiest way to do it is to focus on this one right here.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a loop station that a lot of beatboxers use to make orchestras, but of course my privilege is that there's already an orchestra in nature singing all the time, so we're just the messengers for all of you today.
Cool.
I'll give you a basic beat.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Are you going to sample us as the animals?
Well, so I have some inlaid samples here from different ecosystems, and I'll show you how to mix and match them the way I did. So that's Sonoran Desert. Why don't you give that a shot, Ben?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So let's leave that in there since you added that.
You can't not dance like that, right? When you dance to it, just.
It makes you happy.
Yeah. Well,
You guys are all gonna
nature has its own
leave,
groove.
and every bird is gonna want to meet with you when you walk out of here.
Okay.
So we have Wales, we have the Chesapeake Bay, we have Borneo.
Okay. Let's well up.
Go well up. The face. She's making the face like the whale.
Whoa.
This is awesome. Ben, we can do this all day, man.
Yeah.
This is so cool. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Ben.
thank
I
you.
love it. Thank you, Ben.